Hey guys, welcome to JCW Outdoors. It is Saturday, December 10th, I believe. 28 degrees out, slight westerly wind. We're gonna go out and see if we can't find a couple pheasants on some public land. Big storm coming up here in the next few days, if the weatherman is correct. But yeah, for the next 2 or 3 days, it's supposed to be fairly nice out. This road's kind of bumpy. But we're gonna get out, give it a go, and hopefully put a couple pheasants into the vest. There's some tracks on the old dirt road coming in here, so yeah, who knows? Probably no pheasants around. As you guys can see, no shot cam. The battery has been acting up on me, so I'm going to send it back in. Hopefully I can get through this season, but I'm looking to buy the newest generation, the 4. Supposedly that one you don't have to activate by bumping it, and the battery is something ridiculous like 15 hours. So with any luck, that's what we'll get. Nice work, Sage. Nice work, baby. All right. Here. Sage. That a girl? That a girl? Oh, Sage. Good. Look at this youngster. Good girl. Closed nose. Little spurs, little tail. Still, beautiful, beautiful bird. That's crazy. So that hen really took me by surprise. And then, yeah, Sage continued to be birdie. And, yeah, she did fantastic. He got up here, Sage. Not a good shot. Hey, 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 hey! Good girl, Seiji! Bring him here. Sage. That a girl. That a girl. Another spring of the year bird. Sage, you worked and worked for that fella. Sage, my girl. That a girl. That's what it's about. Man, you worked and worked and worked and finally found him. I'm really proud of you. That was a great, great one. And a fantastic find. I shot horribly. I was off to the left. Well, what do you think? I think there's one more. You thinking we got one more? Hey guys, so the last few videos I haven't done a very good job of, maybe presenting the best intro, outro. A lot of times I'm just anxious to be hunting, and then I want to get home. So anyway, but right now I'm home from work. Boss gave me the day off. We're in the middle of an ice storm. Tonight, or throughout today, it's going to transition into snow, looking at 5 to 11 inches forecasted. And then it's going to be cold and windy for the next couple days, and then really, really cold for, the foreseeable future after that. And it got me thinking that I've wanted to kind of give this, I don't know if you want to call it a speech or monologue, whatever, but there's something that I want to say about pheasants, and this is the opportunity I have where I'm going to take it and I'm going to do it. Pheasants were introduced into South Dakota a little over 100 years ago. I don't need to go into the entire history of it, but what I'm driving at is we've got a big blizzard coming, and that is nothing new. We have seen some big ones over the years, and in the 100+ years of pheasants being in South Dakota, they've experienced them too. I just Googled and looked up the winter of 96-97. It was devastating where, I grew up out in the country there, and it decimated the pheasant population. I remember going out opening day in 1997. We saw a hen, and that was it, and it was tough. It was hard. We had that winter a little over 80 inches of snow, and the toughest part was that, a lot of times you'll get a snow in November, it'll melt. You'll get one in December, it'll melt. It just stayed cold, and the snow kept piling up and piling up and piling up. I was a junior in high school, and we called off 17 days of school for snow, and then we took an entire week off when that snow melted and everything flooded. So it's pretty sweet, for a high school kid to get that many days off and to ride snowmobile. And but looking back, I wouldn't wish that on the pheasants. However, they survived. And the pheasants that I hunt today are descendants of those birds that made it through that nasty winter. And so on and so forth, going back 100 years. Pheasants are so remarkable and resilient. They're prolific breeders. You can take that population down to near nothing is where it was in 1997. Less than 10 years later, actually it's kind of interesting. At the waterfowl production area I hunted in this video, I know there were over 300 pheasants. It was the biggest horde I've ever seen on public land. And it just goes to show that if you give the pheasants the habitat, it really doesn't matter what Mother Nature is going to throw at them. Yeah, I mean, the predators are going to get some, the elements are going to get some, vehicles are going to get some, Sage and I are going to get some. But the point I'm trying to make is if they have suitable habitat, they're going to be around. There's going to be a huntable population of them. And when I look at just how brutal and vicious winters and storms can be, that's mind-blowing. When I was Googling how much snow we got that winter, I remember a story. There was a gal north of here up in the Webster, Roslyn area, and it was crazy. This was like right when cell phones were first starting to come out, and she had a bag phone, and she had gone in the ditch off the road, and she didn't know where she was. And it was the craziest thing because the radio station was covering it, and the power went out, but there was still radio. You had batteries for radio, and everyone was listening to this story. And they found this gal after 40 hours in her vehicle. Snowed, almost covered the vehicle up, and snowmobilers and the state had a plane come out and look for her, but they found her. And when they did, it was negative 80-degree wind chill. Okay? And for a guy like me, I'm always putting that into perspective of, well, the pheasants were out there. They didn't have a cell phone. They didn't have a vehicle. They didn't have the state looking for them. Yet they survived. Some of you guys can guess what I'm driving at here. And it shouldn't bother me, but it does. You see so many ridiculous conversations on social media. But I try to stay out of them anymore. But the one that gets me is there's no difference between wild pheasants and pen-raised pheasants. And everything I just said, I hope you will understand why I believe that there is a difference. A pretty dramatic one. And it's not to put anyone down or to say what anyone does is right or wrong. I'm just saying wild pheasants, 100 years, 100 generations of, ancestors that survived the prairie, were able to reproduce on the prairie, to offspring who did the same thing and the same thing, surviving all these blizzards, these storms, these predators, the sage. It's crazy. It's neat. And it fascinates me, and I simply cannot get enough of it. God bless my wife, who tolerates it, and everyone else out there who just loves these birds the way I do. But anyhow, guys, I just wanted to throw that in there. Like I said, I don't do a real great job with intros and outros, but hopefully you can appreciate that story. If not, you probably checked out 5 minutes ago, and that's quite all right. I might have done the same thing. Anyhow, guys, take care. We'll see you next time.